Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now we will discuss about the subject of contemporary issues and trends in education. It is lecture number 27, and now the topic will be population education and family role. The outlines of the lectures are: first of all, we will discuss about population, then population education, the difference between population education and family planning education, and the need for population education. First of all, we introduce that what is meant by population education. Population education is defined as an educational program which provides for a study of population situation in the family, community, nation, and the world, with the purpose of developing in the students rational and responsible attitude and behavior toward that situation. If we go in detail, then population education is an educational program which provides for the study of population situation of the family, the community, nation, and the world. Population education helps to improve the well-being of their families and communities. Population education leads to a greater awareness among students and teachers and a positive change in their attitudes. It can have a especially important impact on women in society. In each region, population education programs have developed in different ways, taking into account specific population problems, the socio-cultural setting, the situation, infrastructure, and the acceptance of population education by the society in general and education system in particular. Thus, in many countries in Asia, there is a still resistance to including any kind of family planning or sex education component in school curriculums. On the other hand, some Latin American countries began their program placing major emphasis on human sexuality. The title of programs such as population education, family life education, gender education, and quality of life education reflects the emphasis given by the countries to their specific population related problems. Now we discuss its meaning. Population education is an educational program which provides the study of population situation of the family, as we have discussed. So, population education is the term used internationally to refer to educational programs to assist learners to acquire the knowledge, skill, attitudes, and values that will enable them to make informed decisions about population, events, and issues which will affect their quality of life and of theirs. Gopal Rao says that population education may be defined as an educational program which provides for a study of population phenomena so as to enable the students to take rational decisions toward problem arising out of rapid growth. If we discuss that what is the scope of population education, then the scope of population education can be divided into different categories like demography, determinants of population change, consequences of population growth, human sexuality, and reproductive system, planning for the future, etc. And if we discuss its aim and objectives of curriculum, following means there are some points regarding objectives like cultivate, excite, and inspire the full development of each individuals to create an atmosphere in which students will learn to think critically and constructively and seek truth and solve problems. And the population education may have other objectives like to help students in establishing value through intimate acquaintance with the humanities, the art, the natural sciences, and the social sciences, and the religion. In contrast with the traditional subject, population education aims essentially or at changing attitudes and values and forming behaviors, some of which will only become manifest several years later. Clearly, this is a very difficult goal to achieve, one which demands a concerted and coordinated effort. Nevertheless, a number of evaluation studies have shown in journal the introduction of population education leads to a greater awareness among students and teachers and a positive change in their attitudes toward population issues. Population education has also contributed both to the achievement of national population objectives as well as to the improvement of quality and relevance of general education. Population education has introduced interdisciplinary and a holistic approach which is often lacking in the educational system in the developing countries. It has helped shift the emphasis in teaching from memorization of facts of critical thinking through active participation in the learning process. Population education has often added to the professional competence of school system by developing skills among teachers. It has brought school and community closer by improving exchange between the school and the community through the variety of co-curricular activities. The National Seminar on Population Education in Bombay 1969 emphasized the importance of knowledge about the quality and quantity of population and the need to control it for happy human existence. The experience of population education programs in the formal system has yielded valuable lessons. Introduction of population education in the system education is often difficult and a slow process. It has faced many obstacles such as a large, cumbersome and overburdened education system, financial difficulties, inadequately trained personnel, limited supply of materials, shortage to staff, sensitive nature of some of its content, and lack of coordination among different agencies and departments. Difficulties also stem from the interdisciplinary and sensitive nature of its content, which requires modern teaching methodologies for teaching it. So, experience has shown that population education programs are useful where there is a strong political commitment and support to the program. Population education is a part of the national population policy and education policy of the country. Population education programs and activities are planned and developed in consultation with the teachers, community leaders, students, and concerned bureau and specialists. Population education programs or projects is an integral part of the curriculum development centers or of the Ministry of Education. A full-time team specialists are assigned to implement the program activities for the total duration of the project. Population education is an integral part of the educational plan and budget of the Ministry of Education. Population education is integrated into the pre-service training of teachers and public examination systems. There is a close coordination at national, regional, and local levels among the different relevant agencies and institutions as well as among different bureaus of the ministry or department of education through regular meetings of steering committees and advisory committees. So there is a simple release of funds to the project by the government and honors agencies, and there is an inbuilt monitoring and evaluation mechanism for assessing the progress and effectiveness of the program. The population education is essentially related to human resources development. It is not only concerned with the population awareness but also with developing values and attitudes which will take care of these aspects of population. Students should be made to understand the cause effect relationships to enable them to make rational decisions with regard to population matter. Then, what is the difference between population education and family planning education? Remember that family life, reproductive health, and population education are interrelated. While each one has a specific focus, they also overlap. Family life education is defined by the International Planned Parenthood Federation as the educational process designed to assist some people in their physical, emotional, and moral development as they prepared for adulthood, marriage, parenthood, aging, as well as their social relationships in the socio-cultural context of the family and society. Reproductive health education is described by UNESCO as educational experiences that is aimed at developing capacity of adolescent to understand their gender in the context of biologically, psychological, social, cultural, and reproductive dimensions, and to acquire skills in managing responsible decisions and actions with regard to the sexual and reproductive health behavior. So, population education is defined by UNICEF that the process of helping people understand the nature, cause, and implications of population processes as they affect and are affected by individuals, families, communities, and nations. It focuses on family and individual decisions influencing population change at the micro level as well as on broad demographic changes. Population education addresses such issues as rapid population growth and scarce resources as well as population decline in light of increasingly elderly populations. Now, population education. What is population education? Remember that it helps the present day students to take over the responsibility of the family, and moreover, it takes longer time to reach the goal but could create a permanent solution for the population problem. It attempts to develop the required knowledge and attitude by imparting necessary education. It tries to develop some control through changes of heart, and it targets major percentage of the population. And if we talk about family planning, so it is meant only for married couples. It helps to reach the goal quickly and immediately. Through advertisement and propaganda, it tries to regulate the productive behavior of the married couples. It operates on medical lines like conducting vasectomy and duoectomy operations. So it targets particular section of the population. Family planning services support people decisions about when or if they would like to have children by offering education, counseling, and birth control methods. Planned pregnancy spaced 2 or more years apart results in healthcare babies and fewer medical problems for the women. Family planning refers to the planning of what to have children, when to have children, and it refers to population of when to have children and the use of birth control. It allows individuals and couples to anticipate and have their desired number of children and achieve healthy spacing and timing of their births. The main objective of family and child welfare services, wherever it exists, so they have to prepare, preserve, and strengthen the family as a unit and to develop caring interpersonal relationships and to enable individuals and family members to prevent personal and family problems and to deal with them when they arise and to provide suitable services to meet the needs. Then we see that what are the need for population education. Remember that as we have studied that population education is a term used internationally to refer to educational programs to assist learners to acquire the knowledge, skills, attitudes and values that will enable them to make informed decisions about population, events and issues which will affect their quality of life and theirs. The purpose of population education is to help people understand the impact of population change on lives and to develop decision making skills. So, population education helps to improve the well being of their families and communities. The population is one of the important factors which helps to balance the environment. The population should in a balance with the means and resources. If the population will be balanced, then all the needs and demand of the people can easily fulfill, which helps to preserve the environment of the country. Clear? Okay, need of population education involves ensuring quality of life, optimum use of natural resources, maintaining and improving health, controlling population explosion, checking under nourishment, giving impetus family planning, and establishing quality of sexes, and preparing young people for better family life, developing appropriate reproductive behavior, proper utilization of national wealth, controlling environmental degradation, and ensuring quality of life. So, this is what the need of population education. Need of population education means controlling population. We have to control population. That's why we need population education. Then ensuring better quality of life. Optimum uses of natural resources, better health, solving food problems, well-rounded system of education, increasing national wealth, value orientations. Then small family norms. What are the advantages of small family norms? Social norms are more or the unwritten rules of behavior that is considered acceptable in a group or society. Norms functions to provide order and predictability in society. This is how we keep society functioning, not just with the direct rules but also expectations. So, children in small families, especially first and only child, tends to have higher schools and personal achievements level than do children of larger families. The financial cost of maintaining a household are low. It is easiest for both parents to combine careers with family life. Small family norms means the size of the family is a matter of great importance, welfare and health of the individuals, the family and the community. Then what are the advantages of small family norms? Children in small families, especially first and child, and I have discussed that tends to have higher education and personal achievement levels, etc. So, creating a stronger emotional bond between parents and children. So, we keep the family small, allowing for better communication between family members, superior performances in schools, as children who spend time communicating with their parents tend to get better grades. So, what are the advantages of small family? It means all parents are content with one or two children. Parents developed the right attitude of accepting equality, well a son or daughter. Parents allow a healthy interval of minimum 3 years between the first and the second childbirth. Girls have equal educational opportunities as boys. The economic status of the family improves considerably and their consumption power also increases. Then there are some problems in importing population education. Like population education is a new field of education, and people confuse it with family planning and sex education and oppose it for inclusion of instruction. So textbook and reference material are not readily available at present. Lack of in-service education and pre-service education of teachers in this important area poses yet another problem. Then population education and the teacher means teacher should utilize the previous experience of the learner to motivate them to learn the new concept presented. Further, population concepts are to be integrated appropriately wherever possible with the subject being taught in the class. Proper home assignments are to be given for the population concepts taught in the class. Suitable co-curricular activities are to undertaken periodically, and the teachers should participate in seminars, workshops, and service programs, etc., conducted in population education and show interest in preparing various kinds of instructional material in population education. And if we conclude, then the rapid population growth affects nearly all aspects of natural rural life, and that they themselves are the ones who can affect the population growth rate. However, no education materials alone can be expected to solve the population problems. To be effective, population education must be allied with the full range of health and social services, including public planning and family planning. Finally, it must be remembered that population education is just one link in the overall chain of integrated rural development. All about this lecture. I hope that you have understood it. For being with me. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.